Welcome to Pilates. We'll take a moment just to wake up that spine. So we'll let our feet be on the floor and curl your spine up and down so we're getting the low back, the middle back, and you're going up to your shoulder blades. We'll wake up our backs. And as you do that, you can breathe in the nose and breathe out the nose. And feel the four corners of your feet pressing into the floor. And feel that your hips are level. Your glutes and hamstrings are activating. Your low back's waking up. We'll do this one more time and then we'll hold our hips in the higher position. And you can take your arms overhead with the palms facing the sky and just take a 10 count here. Letting the hips be higher so the low back can decompress. Take 3 more, 2 more, and then exhale and come down. Now once you're down, the left leg can go long, the right leg can go up. Good morning. And take the circles. So we just did some bridging with breath work to start if you want to wake up your back. And now we're adding leg circles, one at a time, about 8 each direction, and we're waking up the hip joints. Now the abs are keeping the ribs down. Let's go the other way. You might notice your circle can get a little bigger as you warm up. Breathe in. You can pretend your shoulder blades are lily pads on the pond. Let's do one more this way. Now bend the right knee and just hug it into your body and take a few point and flexes with your foot, a few rolls with your ankles. We're just waking up the joints and spread the toes. Now let that right leg glide down, let the left leg slide up, and we'll take 8 leg circles. If you have any discomfort in your neck, try putting a little towel or folding the mat underneath your head. You could put one hand on your belly and you'll feel your ribs are pulling down. The abs are pulling the ribs down. And then we'll go 8 the other way, waking up that hip. Breathing. And we're going to hug that leg in too. Point and flex the foot. Move the ankles in some circles. Spread the toes. And pull both legs in for the back stretch. You might give a little hug here. That's it. And then we're going to leave the hands beside the pelvis. Extend both the legs. A knee bend is a modification. Go around one way, corkscrew. This is modified corkscrew. Go around the other way. Ribs down, especially when your toes are far away from you. 4, good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then on the 10, we'll take a happy baby, which is a little bit wider than that other stretch we did. So the knees are pulling down. You can open up your big toe here or whatever toes needed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then hug the shins for a moment. Stretch the arms and legs, double leg stretch. Hug the shins, stretch the arms and legs further away. And if you don't have osteo and you want to lift up your shoulder blades, you can add that cue as well. Take 8 more, 7 more, 6 more, 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and then hands between the knees and hold onto the feet or the ankles for the bound angle. and then we'll take a double leg lower with to the side, which is a partner drill. So lift up the legs, go a little bit angled down left, and then a little bit angled down right. So you can pretend we're working out. We have our hips towards each other, and we have to each lower our legs, but we don't want to hit each other. So we're going to miss by going a little left, a little right. 4 more. 2. And hug. Nice job. Take those feet on the mat, lift up the hips. Now this time, extend one leg towards the sky, drop the hips down and up. And if you need a modification, both feet will be on the ground and you'll do both feet bridges. Otherwise, one foot's on the ground. You're touching your sacrum to the mat and lifting up. Now that foot's going to come down. We'll switch it up. The other leg's going to extend. You're reaching through the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Really good. Legs on a table, hands behind your head. At first, do a piston movement, and then you can go lower if you want it harder. And you could add on the shoulder blade lift, opposite, crisscross, opposite shoulder to a knee. So right here, we'll add 10 more. And then lower. Now the hands come beside the hips. The legs are in the air. Lift up your hips. Now this is not big. You could add on hands behind your head. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Two more. And then take the feet out like a V, the hands to the knees or thighs, and hold. Feel the inner thigh stretch. Open up a little wider. We're prepping for a pose, so we'll keep the inner thighs open. 10. Hands to the thighs and kick up. We're going to grab a sip. Good job for that supine series. We'll grab a sip. And we'll go into opposite thoracic extension. You can start with the forearm sphinx, or you can add on, let me push this copper mat, and then push up. So you choose. 10. That looks great. 5. Lower down, we're going to do it again. Inhale. Up. Sphinx or swan. 10. Shoulders down. Looks great, Betty. Good, everybody. 5. 4. 2. Lower. We're doing it one more time in a static hold. Get ready. Recover and lift. 10. 5. 3. And then rest your hands like a pillow. Now lift up the right leg all by itself and then the left. We're just going to take 10 hip extensions. Now you could do arms, swimming, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. You could all lift up all the limbs, arms and legs, and then continue. And then a child or a down dog pose. 5, 4, or dolphin. 3, 2, and then shift back. Now, when we go down this time, the hands are going to be like a triangle. Lift up the right leg and the left shoulder. Lift up the right shoulder and the left leg. Posterior oblique sling. Lift, lift, and lift, and lift. All right. Now, 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this time the hands are going to come either beside your hips or interlaced. You choose. Everything lifts and hold. We'll hold for 15. Just keep letting your inhale lift you. 5, 3, and recover. Down dog, child's pose, or dolphin, some type of reprieve. And then we're going to grab a sip even though we're not done with this theme, and we'll come back down. Once you're down, this is the ITY pattern. So the first pattern is belly down, hands low. Now you still lift everything up, and then the arms go higher 10 times. Try to feel both sides squeezing equally and lifting equally. Now we're going to move to a letter T, 10. Good. You notice I'll change the speed up, and then the Y, lift 10 times. Now we'll take our arms underneath the cheek. You could windshield wipe. If you need a child's pose, take it. We're going to do another set. So this is a reprieve. The legs go long again. The hands go low again. I for 10. The letter T. And we're going to go into a letter Y. A reprieve of your choice. So I'll do a windshield wipe to demo because I'm showing all different ones, child or down dog. Ooh, I like the child's with the elbow pad too. Now, one last set. You're going to feel all the fibers around your shoulder blades working. So when they're low, lower scapular depressors, 10 reps. Feel the rear deltoid. 2, T. Make it a letter Y. That's probably feel that one the most. And then let's take a child pose, and I'm going to prep us into a spinal articulation. So if you do like props, you could put your hands on a prop, or if you need your wrist supported, you could tuck your knuckles under. You're going to try to wake up each part of your spine. You could think about a wave. You inhale, lift. You exhale, flex. Inhale, lift. Exhale, flex. So we're going to be adding on. If you want your knees off the ground, that's the hover or the beast. If you would like a down dog, up dog, or a variation, come on up. Breathe in when you open your spine. Breathe out when you flex it. All right, take a moment and then grab a sip. We're going to do a bow pose in quadruple and then a bow pose on the belly. When you're in quadruped, the opposite hand goes to the ankle. So if your right foot's in the air, the opposite hand goes to the ankle. Lift up. This is one where you could use a prop too, or there's an option of extension, and even lifting the toes is a harder one on that extending the arm and leg. Keep opening. So wherever you are, helping the abs and the back. There's a balance component. Now let those limbs down, and I like to just reestablish that I'm in neutral here, that the head's not drooped. Now the right hand goes to the left foot, or you reach your right hand out long, you reach your left leg out long, and you keep the scapula broad and wide, keep the hips level. Oh yeah, there's a good way. Keep lifting up. 10. Yeah, there you go. 9. Think of a helium balloon. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Now lower. On this child's pose, I'm going to do a toe curl just because it's so important to keep the feet flexible. Then you can pat yourself on the back. We are going to go into a belly down. So once you're ready, belly down. Now bend the knees and hold on to each ankle or foot, or one, because we'll do it twice. Get ready, come up. Oh yeah, 5, 6, or a long leg, yep, 7. You could also do just the long-legged Shalabhasana here. Anything that strengthens that back body. Breathe in. So you'll relax, you'll either lift up the legs long, or if you want to do a double bow pose, you can do that, or a one-footed. Something that strengthens your back body, opens the front body. Breathe in. Nice, nice, nice. Now we're going to push back into a frog pose. Those of you that did yoga with me yesterday, you remember this one, wide knees, toes together. So you may need to scooch the knees out if you don't feel your inner thighs. Another neat trick is just lie down with your head down, or put your head down. Manipulate your hips, knees till you feel a stretch. Good. And let's hold about 15. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pop up. Good job. Grab a sip. Let's touch base with some planks. Now, if you have your foam roller, grab that. We've got the long end horizontal at your foot end. We're going to go right into some pikes. So once your shin area is on the roller, I like to adjust it where it's a little closer to my knees and toes are inward. Now you'll lift the hips, 10, 2, up, You're also rolling out your shins here. 3 more. All right, take a breather any way you want to. We're going to add a little diagonal to that. When we do this next time, we're going to go a little bit left corner and then a little bit right corner. So start in plank. That's our comeback move. Lift the hips up a little bit left. Lift them up a little bit right. A little bit left. A little bit right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and recover. Take a little breather. You're doing great. This one's going to be a shift forward and a shift back. It's like you're in a hollow tube. So go to your forearms. You're going to go forward and back. You can have your roller closer to the ankle side on this. It's just a few inches of movement. Strong arms, shoulder blades wide. 4, 3, 2, and recover. Take a little breather. Now on this one, you can do the same exact thing, or there's a bonus hip extension, which just means you lift your leg a little bit. So go into the shift forward back. See how that feels. Now lift the leg if you're adding on, and then put it back down. Lift the other leg, put it back down. Lift one leg as you shift forward, put it back. Lift one leg as you shift forward. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and recover. Nice. You're doing great. Grab a sip. We'll hit some of these side plank muscles. Take the foam roller at one end. Take your elbow or hand, if you prefer, on one end. Lift up. Now I'm going to stagger the feet to show that, but you can stack them. Now you can feel the bottom of your waist active, and no one looks like they're drooping in the hips. That's great. Your heads look back towards an imaginary wall. Lower that hip, and we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to switch to you. All right, here we go. Up. Good. So the hip is strong. You are working your hip abductors, which that helps with knee issues and that helps with foot issues. So we like to have our hips strong. Now your bottom waist, you should feel that too, your waist. Head back, so we're always working on posture muscles. Isn't that great? 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower at your hip. Let's go back. You guys are doing great. We're going to do a little, let's do a little rotation and a little lateral flexion together. So I am going to stagger to show, lift up. Now this arm is going to go behind me. If you can, take it behind you. Add that rotation. Go behind you again. Go over. Let's push it back. Stretch it back. Back each time. Lift up your hip on that one if you can. And then under, back, over. Good. Lift the hip. 4, 4, 5, and 5. Now lower your hip. Take it to the other side. I'm going to show stagger. You're welcome to stack. Go into a stretch behind you. Thread a stretch behind you. Go over and lift the hip. Behind you, stretch. Rotate. Behind you, stretch. So I like to sneak in that stretch as much as I can. We need it. And this is for posture, that stretch right there. 2. 1. Hot dog. Let that down. Very good. Grab a sip. We'll do it again. In other words, a side plank. Take your ankles on that. Now, this one is a little harder. You could have a hand down if you need, but you're gonna lift up that top leg 5 times if you would like. We were talking about hips helping. Now lower your hip, and we're going to the other side, helping knees, helping balance, helping bone density, and helping the feet. So strong hips. So come up. Once you're there, 5, 4, 3, 2. I know that one's harder than it looks, isn't it? And then down. So 5 good ones. You did great. Let me get us back into a swan. This is such a nice one on the foam roller that if you have it, use it. But if you don't, go back to your hands. But this is a great counter pose for all the abs. Also a great posture setter. So strong, strong. Isn't that nice? Go down, do it again. If you don't have a roller, don't worry about it. Hold. Go down one more time and hold. So either your hands are on the floor, you could be in a Sphinx, or you're on your roller. Nice. Now remove the roller for just a moment so you have plenty of room for mobility. I'm going to remove my coffee cup. So circles with your arms is breaststroke. Adding on a little flutter with your legs if you would like. Make it a big circle. We do like mobility. We don't have any weight in our hands, so it's a pretty safe place to get mobility. You can reach them up tall. Feel your scapula move. All right, one more. Isn't that nice? And then some type of reprieve. Now what I'm going to show is a wide knee child pose, just for that moment. And then some type of camel pose. So I'll show you a couple. One is hands back, lift your hips. If that doesn't serve you, you could do a knuckle under. There you go. And the other is come up here or here for the count of 3, one hand, or both. So just something that's good for you. Yeah, down dog is awesome. 5, that's one of my favorite poses. Calves are the thickest, densest muscle per square inch. They almost always need a stretch. All right, child's pose, or whatever pose you need for your knees. Good. We're gonna hit a set of push-ups, so I want you to choose which way you're doing it. It could be standing with the hands on the wall, could be hands and knees here, knees back a little further here, or it could be on your toes. The abdominals are part of this. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4. Awesome. I love it. 5. Yeah, band is really good. 6, 7. You got it. 8, 9, 10. Take a moment. We've got time for a 21. Game of 21. So we're going to either grab your foam roller or you can use your mat. What we're doing is like a pause for form refinement in each position. It's just a momentary pause, 21 planks. So you can start with a 1 on normal plank, 2, a momentary pause, 3, open up to the other side, 4, come back down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
16, 17, 18, y'all look great, 19, 20, 21. Take a reprieve. I love it. I wanted to sneak in a plank here that we just hold. So let's do at least 30 seconds, and if you can, a little longer, but here we go. Either on the roller or not. I've got a clock over here, so you'll see my eyes going that way. Come on up when you're ready. So this is an isometric or just a static hold. You're in a plank and you're just holding it, and you refine your cues. So maybe the heels are straight up and down. You notice that. Your knees are strong and long. Your hips are up. Your shoulder blades are broad and wide. Yeah, you feel your belly pull in. So you guys, we've already made it to the halfway point. See if you can stick in it for another 30 seconds. Strong mind. It's a quarter of the way left. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, recover. Hot dog. All right, let's do a 30-second side plank and a 30-second side plank. So just do the best you can. 3, 2, 1, hold. Okay, hold. Good. And this is a good chance to feel, am I breathing calmly? Long inhale, long exhale. Do I feel my core? Do I feel my hips? Do I feel my scapular stabilizers, my shoulder blades down the back? Is my head up against an imaginary wall? Stretch out through my hands. All right, so almost done. It is at 7 seconds. 5. Breathe. And then lower that hip. Fabulous. We're going to do a 30-second hold, and then we'll move on to some bands. All right, let's see. Get ready. I cleaned off the face of the clock, so there's no reflection. Here we go. And heads back, shoulder blades down the back. You feel your hip not drooping. You feel your waist. I really like to stretch out the hands here and try to put the bottom hand flat on the ground. A lot of times our hands are curled during the day. All right, hang on there. It's 5. Breathe in. That was excellent. Good core, good posture, good job. And we're going to grab a sip, and then we're going to grab some bands. So we'll do some long arm lats. I'd say grab a medium-ish band. Place the feet out wide. I really do like to add on toe cues here, so I'm going to go ahead and add a spread of our toes. Hook at that. There is a bone here, the styloid process, that kind of sticks out on your pinky side, so I like the band just below that. Take your hands kind of low, like a V. Doggies. She's yawning. She's had enough. Yeah. All right, here we go. You guys would laugh if you could see the animals that I see in your videos, the cats and the dogs coming through. All right, so what we're doing is lifting up through the spine. And this is a low lat pull. Even though your arms are pulling back, you're trying to keep your chest and shoulders open. You're not letting them poke forward. Now in the same vein, cross the ropes, the bands, put your elbows very close. We're still working on the back body. That posture looks fabulous from the side. What a good view I have. Now this is external rotation. It won't feel like a huge muscle. These are 3 little muscles. Now uncross. Now they're parallel. You can grab a little bit more of your band. I'm going to barely point the toes, that way the band doesn't come off the feet. Bend the elbows, biceps. Now, if you lift your elbows, it's a little harder. If you want to do an ab crunch with it, you can lean back. You got it. So there's all sorts of ways, but I do like working the biceps with a Pilates class because it's a little harder to get the biceps during the Pilates class, so now we're getting them. And I do love these biceps. We need to carry things. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Now I want us to do a little stretch and then I'll come back. So arms open, letter T, rotate, and then catch your hand on the floor and the leg. Open up your arms and exhale, rotation. So doesn't that feel so good? Now we're going to grab the band that we just had, the medium-ish one. Medium. You're like a letter T. You're going to do a rear deltoid. It's kind of like when we do belly down or prone T's, I-T's, Y's. This is the rear deltoid. This is the scapular retractors, so rhomboids, lower traps, lower lat fibers. Notice your fabulous posture here. So we're always working on posture and breath. We don't get chances throughout the day when we're occupied with our task, our work, whatever we're doing. This is our good chance to work on posture and breath. All right, guys, try 6 more, 5 more, 4 more. It doesn't move big, does it? It's a little concise motion, but it works. Now let that go. We're gonna grab our heaviest band, most likely the heaviest band you have, or you could do a couple bands. Whatever you do, you can wrap it around your feet. I like to cross them here so it's an easier vector. Also, walk the hands more forward. That's another trick you can do to make the band harder or your work harder. So pull the elbows. Love these back rows. You got it, Jean. That looks so good. So this is for the back. We love a strong back. 6. Now you'll feel some biceps. You'll feel your forearms and your grip, your rear deltoids, your scapular retractors, your rhomboids. Your head is sitting over your spine such that the ear is in line with the shoulder from the side. All right. We love back muscles for posture. 5 more. Good. We're going to go right into some rotation. So get ready. You can also, rotate the body on this one because we're only doing one arm at a time. You can also, it's called supinate, flip your palm so that it faces up. All right, we are doing 10 more. Does one side feel different than the other? And can you even it out? All right, let that go. Opposite of this is a stretch called the rack. One arm, you got it, Betty, that's it. One arm goes up, up, up. So this even is part of the stretch where you're trying to get a big range of motion. Elbows soft, lift your heart. Oh, that looks so good, guys. 5. Oh, that looks great. 4, 3, 2, Breathe in. We're going to do one more stretch before we go up. So sit any way you want. I'm going to take one hand to the knee, but if that doesn't serve you, you could also just put one hand on the floor. I want you to feel like you can really give your attention to your stretch. The image is that you're going up and over. Let's add a little rotation though. Oh, isn't that so nice? Add a rotation up as well. Isn't that so nice? Breathe in. And then let this hand go across or to the floor, whatever you're doing, go up and over. Now we rotation down, rotation up. Five, 4, 3, 2. You guys did great. We're going to grab a sip before we go up. And cue could be that you try to get up without using your hands. I'll make sure that my screen's good too, so it might take a second. Yeah, so we're going to do a lateral raise. You'll want a band that's light or medium light. Every now and then the band figures out how to knot itself. All right, so stand on that band. And the same side heel that you have the band on is the hand that you're going to lift. So we do a lateral raise. Some safety cues are that you see your hand. It's not drifting behind you. I have a hand here almost instinctually, almost before I think about it. And that is to ensure that my abs, they're helping. There's a little contraction here. It's not huge, it's not like a leg press, but it's a stabilizing contraction. This is called anti-rotational when you do a one-limbed movement, and the body has to figure out how to stay neutral. So I'm not leaning away to make it happen. I've got a little core because it's asymmetrical. It's a nice way to stimulate the abs to balance us in all sorts of life situations. I'm also practicing our posture. Okay, take 2 more. Shoulders. This is a real safe shoulder exercise, and you can always email me, text me later if you need a modification that I'm not catching, but I try to look at your cues, but this one's a little high benefit, low risk. Especially when you're in this scapular plane, so the arm's not behind you. It's to the side and even slightly ahead of your body. So that's the scapular plane. That's the safest place for your shoulders to work. There's that core. Yeah. See how tempting it would be to kind of lean away? You're keeping that core on so you don't. Here's our breath. Breathe in the nose. Breathe out the nose. Hot dog. Lower that down. Let's do the frontal raise. So another higher benefit, lower risk. Heel on. So I just changed sides. We go to the front. Now you could tell it'd be tempting to lean back, but we're going to stay upright. And we're using our deltoid, not our neck. I love it. Feel that deltoid. All right, guys, other side. 5 more. Look at everybody's wonderful posture. You got it. Now I'm going to use this band as one of my favorite stretches. So wide, go up and back, and touch your hips with the Dynaband. I don't see anyone compensating for shoulder issues, so we're good to go. If it's too easy, put the hands a little closer together. If it's too hard and you feel like you have to contort, but I don't see that in anyone, you could always take your hands wide. Now let's do a stretch in the Y position. Notice your knuckles. See how easy it would be to kind of extend the wrist. Tuck the knuckles under so you feel good. Pull your head back so you're in a neutral. Let's go a little lower. There's no wrong way. I want you to find a good stretch for you. I'm trying to let the band stretch me a little bit instead of me poking it forward. So it's stretching me. It's kind of like you walk through a doorway. Go a little lower if you'd like. There's probably several spots in here that feel good. Let's do another for you. And then find one that you really resonated with. I'm going to come back here. I need blood flow. And then let that go and just kind of give yourself blood flow. Some of it is your blood flow, right? Let that go. I love it. Now I want to do a second set of the bis. So grab a band that's going to let you do biceps. Actually grab a sit first. And let's do it. Let's go in the middle, heel. Or heels. So check. Okay, that's too easy. I'm going to do 2 heels. And that's how easy it is to adjust a band. You can also grab more grip. Love it. We're going to take 5 more. Hot dog. Now step out, put the band somewhere around your upper back. I'd say just below your scapula. Ought to feel comfortable. I do like to grab the excess here. Let's go out. Now, we're going to add on, so I need to grab more. We're going to add on, keep going. I grabbed too light of a band. So push out. Heel raise is a bonus. So if that distracts you from your form on the upper body, then just stick with the lower body or the upper body, but lift up both heels. All the toes have equal weight. The main thing is you're making sure your ankles don't kick out to the side. You can pretend you have a ball, let's say a tennis ball, between your ankles and you can't let it go. Or if you were to leave your mat, or if you were on the sand and left that sand, you would have 5 little toe head prints in the sand evenly, not just the pinky toe. All right, now very similar, although it's a touch harder. Go forward. Now, if that's too hard and you cannot lengthen your elbows, you can add a little bit of band length. That's why I like the band so much. It's real easy to adjust. It's pretty high benefit, low risk for joints too. You probably felt how nice that was on your joints. 5 more. There is a momentary balance at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, guys. All right, take 1 half moon. Stretch. This hand can help you, or if you feel like you need that pull, do whatever you need. Get ready. Go to the other side. 1 hand can be down, 1 ankle can cross, lift up, and go over. Beautiful. You can pull if you need. 5, 4, 3, 2, breathe in, and exhale down. Sorry, one more. I got to do one more. It feels too good. But in this one, we're going to add a little balance for the glute medius to fire. So it's an important muscle for balance and for back care and for knee and foot care. Just switch sides. Try to keep your shoulders stretched. Be tall. Yeah, this is an exercise you can do anytime too. Good, Jean. Way to lift that foot up high. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Let that go. We are going to take another exercise with our band called breaststroke. So you'll need a medium heavy band around the upper back. Grab the excess if you would like to have it not hit you, the dangle, and go around like you're doing a breaststroke. Adjust as needed. So I just grabbed more band. Add on heel raises. So this time we're making a circle. A circle. You should feel like it's safe for your shoulders. If it's not, decrease the range of motion where you need it. Up, good. Up, very good. Around, around. You got it. So we're trying to coordinate the two, which is good for the brain. Coordination with exercise. Now patterns, we're going to go the other way. So you're going to go narrow. You're still lifting up the heel on the beginning of that pattern. You have a momentary balance. And then you sweep the arms open. And sweep the arms open. And exhale. Good. 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. You guys are doing so good. Let's do push-ups. Now, the wall, we're already handy. You can do them on the wall. If you step back further, it's harder. If you're caring to do this on the floor, an easy way to do it is hands, knees, or toes. So find 10 reps. And recover. And then meet up to where you're standing. We're going to do a hand weight like this. So the dumbbell in your hands will probably be between 3 and 8. And you're going to go out to a lateral raise. Now notice that you are just slightly ahead of your body in the lateral raise for a safe scapular plane, kind of like we did with the bands. But now we're doing both at the same time. Great. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of a slowdown on the return. 12. 13, so the way down, yeah. 14, atta girl, Jean. 15, lots of ways to work, aren't there? 16, 17, 18, 19, all right, one more, 20. You got it. Let that down. Now, we're going to do a chest press, and you can take a heavier weight. So I'm going to say 5 to 10 in each hand. Now, we're going to do a conservative range of motion, meaning our elbows are going to be biased closer to our ribs. They're not going to be way out here. They're going to be closer. So 45-ish. If you have tender shoulders, you could even try elbows in real close. Only one end of your weight touches, and then we're going to come down. Exhale. You can exhale as you push up. Your feet are on the ground. Another nice thing I like is to just let you know that if the head or neck is uncomfortable, you can always fold up your mat or put a little towel underneath your head. Generally, that comes if the back is excessively rounded or the head is forward of the body. You'll notice it in a posture like this lying down.
Feel your ribs maintain contact with the mat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, lower your hand weights, take a full body stretch, and then we're going to just make sure they're safe out of the way, hit a plank for abs, and we're going to hit a back exercise for the back. So we're working the core, so it's not a hand weight, it's your body weight. So your elbows come down, energize your knees off the floor, hold, good. And you're going to try to control or pull the elbows towards the toes, toes towards the elbows to add an isometric, an element of intensity. 10, 5, 2, and recover. Now on this one, your hands are either beside your hips or interlaced. So you choose, and then lift up everything, building back strength. 10, 5, 4, and then a child pose. Push back. Good, little hip. And we're going to grab a small weight on this next one. It's going to be between 3 and 5 pounds only. Please, don't grab a heavy weight, just a small weight, because it's a therapeutic exercise. So one elbow, the top one, is on the ribs. Open up. And your wrist is neutral. So if you're not sure, look at your wrist. External rotation for the shoulder health. This should not be a heavy weight. It's not a leg press kind of muscle. 6, we're only doing 10. 7, this is like the one we did with the bands. 8, 9. Now let that down. We're going to the other side. Your wrist is like a piece of plywood with your forearm. 5, yeah, make sure you're not throwing your wrist back here. 6, look at it if you need to. 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Now we're going to let that go. You can come up to standing. Let's try to sneak in just a handful of front raises. So take about 3 to 10 pounds. Go forward with both arms at first. Now go long arms. So Jean, it'll look like this from the side. Pretty long. Long arms, I mean soft. But we're going to break it up in a minute. So we just have a little bit of time. Yeah, that's it. All right. Then do right, left, right, left. Now keep your torso in the same place. Yeah, so now it's an anti-rotational. Good. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We did it. All right, let that down. Awesome job. Cow face pose, if you need a Dynaband, please take it. If you don't, grab your fingers and then try a tree pose. 10, 2, 3. Good, Jean. I love how you can get your foot up there. You don't even have to use your hand. 5, 4, 3, 2. Other side. So you're just going to take a tree pose. Shoulder stretch with a Dynaband, without. We're just holding 10. This is for balance. The glute med strengthening and the postures. 4, 3, 2. Breathe in.
let it go. Take 3 breaths up and notice how your body feels. It's like a healthy vibrating buzz. Notice how your mind feels, clear, focused on something good, focused on something we have control over. Breathe in, the breath, full, open, lift, and then we'll just take a moment to put our hands on our heart and notice that it's easy to get distracted during the day with all the things we have to do, and we can continue to check in with our body and do good things because it's always sending us signals, more water, more movement, more sunshine, good food, and today we can make a promise to listen to it. Thank you guys so much. We boogied. I love it. You did so good. Yeah.